SS Annunziata or Monastero Church. The SS Annunziata or Monastero Church is now the mother church of Payton and was formerly part of the ancient Benedictine convent, built in 1671, originally to house a community of poor clays, but which was taken by the Benedictine nuns that year, after they abandoned their convent, which no longer exists today but which was built on the plain of Santa Maria dell'Alto, up on the hill. The building, which was still incomplete at the time the nuns of this order were settled here, was subjected over the years to various phases of architectural additions and efforts that brought about significant modification and additions to the original layout. The driving force behind these great new works was the architect Stefano Wita, at that time involved in the rebuilding of Catania after the 1693 earthquake, and who worked on the convent from 1768 to 1785. He undertook the enlargement of the building, expanding the large, lengthwise wings intended for use as dormitories and services, as well as increasing the size of the church, which he finished by adding a massive cupola surmounted by an elegant clerestory. He added the geometrical touch of a double row of windows to the serious longitudinal prospects, thus seeking to express the lexical valences of the architectural whole with the disquisition of an orderly, rigid symmetry. Ita did not complete the prospect, and only the outer wings can be attributed to him for the well-proportioned design of compact grace that pays homage to the great lesson of Rome. Later, in the early 1800s, the original design was recovered and the first order of the facade was built. The work, again interrupted, was resumed and completed between 1905 and 1908, to an 1866 design by the architect Carmelo Ciotopatti, perhaps inspired by Ita's ideas, which had indicated two lateral belfries that had never been built. The facade reworks Baroque and Renaissance motifs, which blend into a fundamental stylistic unity in the vigorous dual overlapped order layout perspective, characterized by the slightly convex side wings, the refined play of the surfaces, the elegant central ground plan that embraces the central portal between double-coupled columns in the first order, and in the second the niche with Madonna statue, defined by a huge triangular gable. The interior, cadenced by the endless flow of the graceful trabeation and parastyles, with clear classical-style decoration, is characterized by a large, ellipsoidal plan pavilion, which can be reached through a small vestibule surmounted by the depressed arch chancel. The presbytery is on the opposite side, surmounted by a small delicate cupola. The graceful stucco decorations are dated 1798. The most recent restoration was undertaken in 1963. The central pavilion has four large canvases. Coronation of the Virgin between St. Francis and St. Clay, inspired by 17th-century Spanish painting. The Death of St. Benedict, a composition of solid figurative expertise by Giuseppe Milazzo, 1653. The Martyrdom of St. Barbara, an emphatic canvas by Corneliu Mag, 1799. The Annunciation, 17th century. Next to the presbytery is the simulacrum of Christ at the Post, brought from the Church of Cristo al Monte. The most interesting painting is, however, the Madonna dell'Itria, set in the niche to the left of the entrance, depicting the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus sitting on a huge trunk carried shoulder-high by two monks. The opus is by the Cremonese artist, the widowed Sofinsba Anguisla, who painted it in 1579 in memory of her husband Fabrizio, youngest son of the noble Manciata family of princes. The sacristy is hung with paintings brought from the ancient mother church of Santa Maria dell'Alto.